Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Here's a story that I've just found on the Eastern Daily Press of a delivery driver saves man's life after collapse. Lewis Wright and Harold Crow, Hughes delivery drivers who saved a man's life while delivering a fridge in Gorston. Two delivery drivers saved man's life after finding him collapsed in his home while on their rounds. Harry Crow and Lewis Wright had called at a customer's address in Gorston to deliver a fridge when they discovered him lying on the floor. The man had stopped breathing, but the pair's swift actions, which included giving him CPR, kept him alive until paramedics arrived. The duo, who worked for Hughes Electrical, have been credited by medics with saving the man's life. As you can see there, guys, Hughes Electrical actually will save your life while they're delivering your fridge. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that share button, guys. Please share this about, because Harry Crow and Lewis Wright, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, you are lifesavers, guys, and this story deserves covering. The delivery drivers who saved a man's life while delivering a fridge. Right. One of our jobs in the afternoon was to deliver a fridge to a gentleman in Gorston. So we went up to the house, as we normally would, to say hello and ask where he wanted it. He seemed okay at this point, as any customer would when waiting for a delivery. We went back downstairs to get it off the van and walked it up to his flat. My colleague Lewis was going up backwards and was first in when he saw a few times and said the customer was on the floor. We put the fridge down quickly and he was lying on his back, sprawled out. It didn't look good. Paramedics were called but needed the actions of the delivery duo to keep the man alive until they arrived. Mr. Crow said Lewis called an ambulance as soon as we saw him. He looked as though he had a seizure or a fit, and at first I thought it was breathing, so I thought he was breathing, so I put him in a recovery position. As you can see, guys, there, these two gentlemen really need a big up there, yeah, guys. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, guys. Especially hit that share button, guys, because come on, these guys need a medal for what they've just done. They saved a man's life while at work, so it really needs to be brought out. And these guys, let's just finish the story anyway. After about 5 seconds, I put my face next to his mouth and nose, but could not feel nothing. There was no breath at all on me at all. I could see he wasn't breathing and his lips went blue, so I laid him on his back and started doing CPR while we waited for the paramedics to arrive. I don't know how long I was doing it for, but it felt like 5 minutes. I was still doing CPR when they were setting themselves up before they quickly took over, cutting his shirt open and using the defibrillator. They said I got his heart going, but in an irregular rhythm, so they had to shock it to get it back to normal again. The 25-year-old worked as a lifeguard in Lowestoft's Water Lane Leisure Centre for 4 years before starting at Hughes Electrical around 4 years ago. And there you go, guys. That's Lewis and Harry Crow and Lewis Wright. He said it was a strange day. I think I was fairly calm because I'd done the training, even though it was a few years ago, but it was something we did rigorously, at least once a month, with dummies out. We practiced techniques quite a lot on adults, children and babies. It was stressful and wasn't very pleasant, but at the time I was just saying, come on, and trying to do something to keep the rhythm going. I was quite out of breath because I'd had COVID the week before, so this was my first few days back at work, and I was still slightly out of breath, thinking it was hard work. Eventually, we heard the sirens and knew we were close. 3 ambulances, a rapid response car, and fire crews were called to the flat. Mr. Crow said after they took him to hospital, I rang my boss and explained what happened. He said I had about 3 jobs left, and I ended up passing 2 of them to a colleague in the area, which I felt bad about, and then I had an interview for another job when I got back to the depot. It's the same company, just a different role, and I got that job, so it was a bit of a crazy day. The incident happened on the afternoon of Thursday the 23rd of December. The man, who is believed to be in his 30s, is understood to have returned home shortly before New Year's after a short spell in hospital. Then there's just a bit here about learn how to save a life. Guys, please, if you can get out there and do a first aid course to save a life, please do, guys. I mean, I'm going to bring this picture back up, guys. Really, a big up to these 2 guys, and congratulations, guys. You've just saved a man's life. Oh my God. If you see this, please do comment. Please, if you care to get in touch with Wheels Media, we would love to do an interview with you in person. Thank you very much, and please, guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that share button, guys. Please share this story about. This is a very worthwhile story. Share it about, guys, please.